problem of the day says to evaluate f of x, that's a function, which equals x to the third power minus x to the second power plus x. And what we're going to do, we're going to let x be equal to -4, all right? So we start off with a function, f of x. By the way, that simply means, that does not mean take f times x. That's f of x. It's basically like a placeholder where we're going to put a value in for x, and everywhere we see the x, we're going to put that number or expression, whatever it happens to be. In this case, we've got a number waiting for us. So let's take a look and see how it looks on good old TV here, all right? We've got f of x. I'm going to rewrite this thing just to show you I can do it. Now, actually, it helps us see a little bit. But there it is. That's the function of x. That's what that means. And according to this, we're going to take x to the third. By the way, when you see this little character there, that's what your calculator points out. That's an exponent. That's our exponent thing. It's basically kind of a standardized way to do it with WordPerfect and a few other little forms. But just for your information, sometimes people wonder, what is that? You know, that's the power. That's telling us we're going to the third power. We're used to seeing it looking like this also. Now, let's put a minus x squared plus your x value going right there, okay? So we'll get it down into nice terms that most of us are used to looking at, all right? Now the question is, what happens if x is -4? So what we're going to do, we're going to put that -4 in the place of our x, all right? And we're going to run a -4, raise it to the third, all right? We're going to also put x squared here. We're going to put -4, and notice I'm putting these in parentheses because when I raise these powers, I've got to be careful. I've got to be watching, okay? Got to watch out for things that are happening here. And then we'll put in plus, again, I'll put it in a parenthesis. There we'll put a -4 in there for that x. So there you have it, our nice triple barrel substitution. We've got a -4 going in the x cubed part. We've got a x squared part, and we have a plus x on the end. Notice again, we have a minus between those two. That is going to be important to remember. That is minus, this is our negative, all right, that we're going to take and do some squaring with. So let's run through the process. Let's go through it because it's basically arithmetic. First of all, what we worry about is what is -4 to the third power? Well, that's -4 times -4 times -4. Whatever you do, don't say -4 times 3. No, it's -4 times itself. Run it down there 3 times, and that's going to give us a nice big old -64. Starts us off with a -64. Now, we've got a subtract symbol here. Let's go ahead and square out, because remember, we do exponents first. We do my dear Aunt Sally, and with the exponents, we've got to please excuse her, all right? So P-E-M-D-A-S. P-E stands for parentheses and exponents. MD, multiplication, division, and AS for subtraction, the addition and subtraction. By the way, we just do them evenly. Same thing with multiplication and division. Exponents are the first thing to go. That's what we're working with. Now, be careful with it. I'm going to cover it up with my finger there. There you go. See that? We've got -4 squared, which is going to give us 16. Now we're going to subtract that 16, all right? By the way, a negative times a negative, it does give us a positive. So watch your signs. That's the big thing you got to watch out for here. Another reason why I put that parenthesis around that -4, so we remember to take the negative also to the second power. And last but not least, I've got a -4. So it looks like I've got a lot of negative numbers here, basically a straight subtraction going on here. So I've got a -64, subtracting 16, and then we're going to subtract 4. So working that left to right, which at this point we're going to just do right through there. That's going to give me a -80. Whew, further in the hole. Let's go even further in the hole. How about it? -84. Now, while we're at it here, let me point out, let's go to the graphing calculator just a moment, all right? And one made a point about a -4 squared, all right? So negative down there, that little blot right there. And if I put a 4 here, and a lot of you are so inclined to do that, and you're going to write x squared. No, you're not going to do that one, sorry. Let's put a squared up there, x squared. That's what we want. And you punch in your calculator, and it says, Ernie, that says -16. It's a -4 squared, but it gives us a -16. I thought you said it was going to be positive. That's why I say we've got to put a parenthesis around that little puppy, all right? So there we go. We put that. We put our -4, our -4 right in there, and we're going to go and square that thing, all right? And I want you to notice that's how you get a positive 16. So that's why I say, folks, be sure to put that parenthesis around the negative numbers, all right? Positive numbers aren't going to be a problem, all right? But the negatives tend to give some of us mistakes when we just type it in the calculator like we did right there, and we don't think about, oh, I should have had a parenthesis, all right? So be careful with that, all right? And just a little note there. So let's go back to our problem here and see, again, what we did. That's why I put it right there as a negative 4 squared. Final answer on this one, on our problem of the day, negative 84.
For more math help, visit TNLearn.org.